Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful, beautiful planet of ours. Today, I'm going to do a follow-up on a video I did recently called Forgiveness. And this, I would guess, was Be Forgiveness 2, number 2, the second forgiveness. And the first was really forgiving ourselves. And that's almost a daily practice, right? The times we say things we don't want to say, we do things we don't want to do, we feel things we'd rather not feel, or get lost in them and not recover as quickly as we'd like to. All of the ways in which we don't really live up to who we truly are. And we are truly also this multitude. And not everything has been refined, we could say, or learned deeply enough that there's change. So today, though, is a little more, we could say, about the same par of challenge with forgiving ourselves is asking for forgiveness. And how do we come to the state where we can actually ask another person for forgiveness with meaning? There's no way of asking forgiveness, oh yeah, forgive me for that. It can never be that way. It must come from a deeply humbled heart. And the deeply humbled heart has the gesture of the bowed head, the bowed knee, the concavity of the chest, the inner recognition that we've wronged another, we've been hurtful to another, we've said something that sometimes we know is hurtful for them, and sometimes we've hurt someone unknowingly, and we can still ask for forgiveness. There's so much to forgive. So how do we come to this gesture, true, authentic gesture of the bowed head, the bent knee, the prayer, the asking for forgiveness, the softened chest? How do we come to this place where we can truly know what we've done without a heavy hand, oh my God, I've done that, Yes, we're going to do that every day. We are going to say things that are hurtful. They're either ill-timed, just even to ask someone something when they're already busy and not even knowing that we're doing it. But it disrupts them. It's hurtful in a particular way. It's not the most hurtful thing in the world, but it's really not our best action. It's not as if we don't all get over these things. We do every day. And there are things we really, really need to ask for forgiveness for. And so, how do we get to a state where we're willing to see what we've done? So we begin like this. We place the hand, either hand. I like to use the left. It's a little more receptive in my sensation. And I take time. So I'm seeing a situation that occurred just this morning on my back porch, where one of my family members said they wanted to do something. They wanted to eat soon. They were hungry. I said, great, go put the oven on and heat up the things, and then you'll be fed. And they did that, and they came back, and then they didn't eat it. And I said, why aren't you eating? You were hungry. I said, oh, do you not like it? Okay, but you said you were hungry. I don't understand. And then I see that he or she are leaving food for the other or the others. And I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing. But please take care of yourself. And then I was called controlling. I was. I really was. And out of the impulse to take care of the other, that they get what they wanted. But they're all adults, and they can take care of themselves. So what was I doing? I thought I was being, well, please do this for yourself. You were hungry, please eat. But no, really putting myself in the other's place. Leave me alone would be my feeling. You're interfering in my own will. You're thwarting my will. And so I need to ask for forgiveness. It's a really small thing, but it lives, every small thing like that is a burden on the other's heart. It's a burden in my heart. I know what happened. And it was not the right thing to do. It was not the best for the other person. What looks like care, what looks like concern, can so often be our own needs projected onto the other. So asking for forgiveness also means that when you ask for forgiveness, that they don't say, oh, sure. They have to regard, what was that like for them? So it's not an easy task, but we begin here, just with today, just with what happens in your life today, tomorrow, these little things that add up, especially in this timeless time. So it's not just placing a hand on the heart, but what is that representation? It invites us to feel our body, our heart forces, our feelings, the depth of embodiment, where we're sitting, our breathing. It involves all of that. Asking another to forgive us. It might even become a journal item, something you just look at toward the end of your day. Is there something you need to forgive yourself for, the first forgiveness, or that you need to ask others to forgive you? It's like cleaning up a room in yourself. Well, let's take a few minutes and go inside, like we've learned to do in all the other videos. And just begin to let your eyes be soft. Notice your breathing pattern without changing it or judging it. Just riding along with it. And then you might ask yourself, is there something in my life recently that I really need to ask forgiveness for from another person? Or did I harm someone and just realize it today, but I harmed this person or that person last week and I haven't really let myself feel that or acknowledge it? Maybe even going through the people that are in your life right now and checking in with yourself about your relationship with this one and that one and the other. Was there something that just sort of went by, but is still kind of living in the atmosphere between you? So you ask your inner self these kinds of questions which will help you to acknowledge and begin to work with them. You might write them out. There's so many ways to remember and recall things done that need forgiveness. Either forgiving yourself or asking another to forgive us for. But the important part of this hygienic process is bringing oneself into an authentic state of being where we can look at ourselves in safety. Know that we really have done something that wronged another, and be courageous, open-hearted, grounded in our humility, in our asking. To lower oneself to the higher good. This will help not just yourself and the other, but some part of the world is going to be clearer, kinder, happier, less toxic, because we've swept too many things under the rug. We've accepted too many hurts, we've given too many hurts, but we can unwind those. We can be of service to ourselves and the other just by listening inside and finding the place that says, yes, this is true, without hitting oneself over the head. So please, take the time, find that safe place in yourself, and be kind.